students, you may be seated. At this time, we would like to bring up Mr. Bob Down and Mr. Chris Jensen, class seniors in class 2015.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bob Dow. I'm a teacher and librarian at Sedro-Woolley High School. 43 years ago, I sat in that gym. I never had any idea I'd be out here giving a commencement speech. It just goes to show you never know what the future holds for us. Mr. Jensen was supposed to be helping me with this. I'm not sure where he's at. Anyway, I'd like to begin by thanking all of you for being here this evening. First, I'd like to offer my most sincere congratulations to the graduating class. This is your big day. Next, I'd like for our graduates to think about the many people who have made this day possible. Your parents, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends of the family. I'd like you all to stand up and give these people a hand. Stand up. Finally, I'd like to recognize the hard work and dedication of my colleagues, the teachers, counselors, paraprofessionals, and our school administrators who have put themselves on the line every day for you.
Hey, wait!
The second bell. Mr. Chris Jensen.
Man, it's hard to run in one of these dresses that made me put on. Oh, God. Okay.
Chris, you're late. You know we have a very strict tardy policy. All right here in the student handbook.
Well, it's not my fault, man. When I heard you were going to talk tonight, I knew I was going to have to buy myself coffee to get through this. And, there was a long line there, and I got here late. The door was locked, and I got caught in the tardy sweep. And then Miss Carlton, she finds me with my spaghetti straps and my midriff, right? And so she makes me put on this stupid gown. A body like this should not be covered up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, regardless, I'm going to need to give you a detention.
A detention? This place is so lame, it's like a sinking prison.
Ms. Jensen, after 4 years of advisory, you know that we're simply trying to prepare you for high school and beyond. You've got to learn to be on time.
Well, if I'm going to get a detention, I'm just going to walk out.
Sorry, Ms. Jensen, you can't walk out. Some people think that's illegal. And besides, you could do irreparable harm to these students.
I've been told I do irreparable harm to the students when I walk into the building. Actually, it's really great to be here tonight, and it's wonderful how you all come here to celebrate Chad Wilbur's birthday. I don't know how you do it, Daddy Chudley, but
it's amazing all the great things this class has accomplished.
Seriously, to be here on a beautiful evening like this, to recognize the many achievements of these very ordinary young people, these extraordinary young people, it's really been a long and interesting year.
I couldn't help but reflect on how a school year is very much like a lifetime, full of moments of triumph
and moments of failure,
times of joy,
times of sorrow,
periods of relative ease,
stretches of difficulties and challenges.
Opportunities that knock.
And doors that get slammed in your face because you're short, bald, and ugly. Why do I get all the bad stuff to say?
Well, you know.
Because I'm short, bald, and ugly. We had so many moments of triumph this year. The school year started with the tremendous success of our football team, winning its first ever state championship in the school's history.
Yeah, just think, if a new AstroTurf field could give us a state championship football team, think what a new library could do.
But Mr. Dow, people don't pay money to come watch kids learn. Now, this class also won state championships in nursery landscape, floral design, and logger rodeo. And the boys' wrestling team won second in the state this year. Girls cross country got to the state championship. FBLA, speech and debate, math team, choir, robotics, and drama all accomplished great things this year. Our band and orchestra both earned superior ratings at their regional festivals this year. And we had fine accomplishments in swimming, fast pitch, and tennis. And the track athletes in this class did an amazing job representing us down at the state tournament this year, even breaking school records. And of course, our boys soccer team kept up their habit of getting to the state tournament. And we even took second place in the lip dub competition.
Yeah. Lip dub was incredible this year, but that memory of you in a dress and high heels is something I just can't get out of my head.
Neither can most of the boys in the school. I broke a lot of hearts that day.
But it hasn't always been easy this year. We've also experienced moments of adversity.
Like the implementation of the Smarter Balanced Common Core testing and Core 24 graduation requirements. While not examples of failure at the local level in any way, they are examples of the state's failure to understand that a child's education should be left in the hands of teachers, parents, and students. And not under the control of legislators, educational bureaucrats, and pointy-headed college professors.
But failure can have its upside. The consistent last place finishes by this class in homecoming competitions for the last 3 years has prepared this class for failure in the future.
But just remember, if you don't compete, you can't lose. Those are words that I live by.
In your lives, you'll hopefully know times of great joy. The day you get married, the day your children are born,
The day your divorce is final,
the day your hair falls out and you begin to look more like Mr. Jensen.
or the day you go senile and you sound more like Mr. Dow.
We've had our share of joyful moments this year.
There was the joy of homecoming week.
There was the joy we felt after winning the state football title.
There was the joy of watching Miss Schmidt do that fox dance thing she did at the assembly.
And then there's the pure exhilaration you all felt each and every time we had advisory.
But along with the joy, life will also bring times of sorrow. The older you get, the more loved ones you'll lose. Some of you have already had to experience this at a very young age. We'd love to tell you that it gets easier as you get older, but it really doesn't. You just learn to cope with it and to cherish your memories of those people.
We suffered through some tough losses this year, moments that brought us great sorrow.
First, we lost a beloved math teacher, Mrs. Corey Verada, who many of you had when you were freshmen and sophomores. She was a beautiful lady and a gifted teacher who was deeply devoted to the success of her students. She left us way too young.
In January, we also lost a man who was loved by everyone who knew him, Coach Brad Shaka Khan. He was like the father of our school, listening, helping, disciplining, guiding, encouraging, and always caring. His death shook us right to the core, but we rallied around the Khan family and around each other, strengthening and supporting each other. We loved each other for a short time.
Not the kind of love some of you demonstrate in the hallways. That's the wrong kind of love, okay? It's a good kind of love. Now, if Mr. Khan was the father of our school, Mr. Dow's kind of like the great-grandpa who's over in the corner gumming at his food and saying, you know, when I was in India...
And Mr. Jensen's like your uncle from ISIS, beheading students' hopes and dreams.
There will also be in your life times of relative ease, when things are going pretty well.
Hey, you probably experienced those times while you were snoozing in Mr. Huderman's class.
Or while you were planting pot in Mr. Ramsey's class. No, potting plants in Mr. Ramsey's class. But life will also throw a number of difficulties and challenges your way.
Bills that seem impossible to pay, periods of unemployment or underemployment, health problems, loss of hair,
or loss of mental capacity.
Fortunately, you have received some preparation for these obstacles by being challenged by some of the classes in this school.
And really, that's the main reason why you have to take 3 years of math in high school. It's because it's challenging. And you need to get used to facing challenges in life and overcoming them, because you're going to have to face challenges. It's not because you're ever going to use it in your life. Okay? Nobody uses algebra in their lives, okay? I mean, come on, it's math, all right? Okay? Only losers would use math in their life, okay?
You use math, don't you, Mr. Jensen?
Yeah, but I don't really have a life, Mr. Brown.
Finally, sometimes in your life, opportunities will knock, and you need to be ready to answer. It may be in the area of a job or a relationship. It might be an educational or recreational opportunity. That window of opportunity is sometimes only open briefly. Live your life in a way so that you'll be ready to seize the moment.
You only got one shot at high school, and some of you made the best of that opportunity. Some of you not so much, but if you're sitting here tonight, graduating, you didn't mess it up completely.
Sometimes there are things that you want to do will be blocked, and you'll need to find an alternative route to what you want to achieve. Or you may need to aim in a new direction.
See, I had a dream when I was young. I wanted to be an NBA basketball player. But I found that opportunity slammed shut, because the NBA is totally discriminatory against short guys with very little talent. Mr. Pierce, he had a dream to become a competent teacher, and now it looks like that dream is never going to happen.
So, Mr. Jensen, any final words of wisdom you have to pass on to our graduates?
Yes, I do, Great-Grandpa Bob. First, I'd just like to say that this is probably the best graduating class that we've had here at SWHS since probably 2014. No, I really mean that, sincerely. And I don't think we'll see the likes of you guys again until probably 2016. But there really is one thing, seriously, that I'd like to ask of you. Please, each of you, don't grow up to be a jerk. Okay? The world is full of jerks. And it's not too late for any one of you to avoid falling into the trap of jerkdom. Except maybe you, Sabrina. You went bad young. But the rest of you can avoid it just by living selfless lives instead of selfish ones. Try putting the interests of others ahead of your own interests from time to time. That's what love does. Love is acting sacrificially to meet the legitimate needs of another person. Don't fall into the trap that says, oh, I can't fully love another until I fully love myself. That's the biggest pile of horse poop that anyone ever saw. Okay? Because I don't really see how you can fully love yourself until you started loving other people. Try acting in love towards others, and you'll be amazed at how good you'll start to feel about yourself. And the first people you help in your spirit of unselfishness is me and Mr. Dow. What about you, Mr. Dow? They say every time an old man dies, the library burns down. Given your age, there's really a lot of books in there. Now remember, the students want to graduate tonight, okay, so I'm going to put you on the clock here. Okay, so let's time this. Okay, go.
As always, I will be brief. Three things. I've said before that your education doesn't end tonight. In reality, it begins tomorrow. Make sure you choose the right path for your life. Make good choices in your career. Be careful the way you manage your money. Choose carefully the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Be proud of who you are and avoid addictions. Alcohol, gambling, drugs, and those phones. In class, I've often expressed my concern for the future of our country and our planet. You can choose to be a part of the solution or perpetuate the problems. You need to pay it forward. Give something back. John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Gandhiji said, be the change you wish the world to be. And finally, I hope you will pursue your greatest dreams. Life goes pretty quickly, and there are no guarantees. Success will not be handed to you. Whether you plan to get a job, earn a college degree, join the military, or just do the hippie thing and backpack through India, I say go for it. Don't give up till you get what you want.
Thank you for giving us the honor of speaking to you on your very special night. And you know, it's a special night for all of your teachers, too. Because while in many cases our association with you will carry on no further than tonight, in some special cases, the teacher-student relationship will move forward starting tonight to a friend-friend relationship. And that's what makes this profession very special to us. So we salute you tonight as peers and friends. God bless you.